Hello and welcome. Now this video, I know it's quite quick after the unboxing, but I thought I'd get it out there quite quickly because it's a new release. This is going to be my review of the Warhammer 40,000 Apocalypse Gamers Edition. The release of this was actually on Saturday. I pre-ordered a few weeks ago, but didn't get it until the Monday after release. So what you can take from that is never pre-order anything, or if you're going to pre-order it so that it gets delivered at your store. My store is a fair distance away from me, so that's why I did it over the internet, but I didn't get it on release or anything like that. So take those into account, okay? It's a shame because a lot of their stuff is direct sales only. That means that you'd have to phone them up or make an order online. I mean, you can order it in the store, of course, and have it sent to the store, but then you've got to factor in the cost of getting to the store. And seeing as shipping is free anyway for orders over £20, well, I'll leave that to you for your decision, and whether you really want something on the day to have it delivered to the store and then, you know, have to make your way there and then bring it back and all the rest of it. Anyway, I'll leave that to you. I've done my unboxing. I've had a good flick through the Apocalypse book. Yeah, I know it's 300 pages, but I have had a flick through it, and I have had a look at the case to see what's going on, and I will be showing comparisons and things. So we'll talk about the good point first of all. This book, it's very, very nice. It's hardback, it's got the ribbon. To buy it separately is £45, so it's similar to a proper rulebook. And if you've got a few armies, or if you've got one very large army and a couple of smaller armies, it's worth you getting one of these just for the fluff and the updated rules and, you know, all the other extra things. All right. I'm not much of a gamer. I'm not fortunate enough to be in an area where I can go and play Apocalypse battles and things, but if you are, then this really is a very decent book. Got to be careful with all the rules and things in here, but essentially you've got all the rules and things in the first part of the book, and the new templates and things. It goes through you know, the forces of the Imperium and you know, the baddies and things like that, or the less good armies and things. There's a nice picture of a Revenant Titan. If you've got a spare £500–600, just, you know, burning a huge hole in your pocket. That's I think that's a Revenant Titan. That's the Reaver, that's the Revenant. Hope I've got that the right way around. They used to cost £150. Don't know why, they've just gone up to about £200 now. They're nice. Orc Stompers. I think I bought my Stomper for £60. You'll be lucky if you can get that for £70 or £80 now, just because of the price hikes and things. But it's got some really nice artwork and things in here. It's got this extra part, as well as all the rules sections and things for models and your units. It's also got this this supplement, this Warzone Armageddon, and apparently there are going to be extra supplements for you know, Apocalypse. Just another way of milking you, really, if you really enjoy the hobby and things. Yeah, the Scout Titan, I mean, yeah, it's a shame really, because they brought out these and you got some references and things like that. It's a shame really, because they brought out these really large templates. Here's a nice picture there for you. It's a shame really, because they brought out these huge templates, the size of dustbin lids. I think they're about 15 inches. So it depends how big your dustbin is, I suppose, for all your rubbish. But anyway, and how convenient is it that the only models that use these large blast templates are their new models? Can you believe that? So the large Aquila strong point, I'm just trying to flick through and find a picture of it for you. No, it's probably in this new section. But the large Aquila strong point fires this absolutely huge, it's apocalyptic mega blast template, which I think is the 15 incher. It's huge, it really is. Trying to find it for you. No, it just won't reveal itself. Ah, crikey. But anyway, and that thing, is this it? There we go. It's one of those things, one of those huge Aquila strong points, okay? But that fires an apocalyptic mega blast. So does their new Corn of Skulls model, and so does the Necron Tesseract, okay? Here's another nice picture for you, okay? Hope you can see that with all the page glare and things. But anyway, so the three models that they've brought out have used these new ridiculous templates, but the Titans don't. So your £600 Titan, it doesn't use one of these templates. Yeah, it uses the apocalyptic templates, which is the 10-inch. But it's just ironic, really. It's convenient that their newer models are using this ridiculously sized template. So you want to buy your new model, well, you've got to spend the extra £15 or £18 it is for the new set of templates to use it, okay? But anyway, I don't mean to complain and things about this, but it's you've always got to take a step back with this hobby and look at their new models and look at the rules and look at how with each edition they're buffing their newer models up. Well, that's of course they are, because they want to sell more. But I just thought I'd bring that to your attention. Bit of rules there, I don't know. Anyway, this box, on set, looking at it and reviewing it, it's okay. But just put it in perspective, for the book and the case, it's £150. Now the book is £45, so you're essentially paying £105 for this case. Do you think it's worth it? I'm going to go a little bit of a run through it with you. It's got the 6 clasps, which are more or less exactly the same as on their other GW cases. It's got these D-rings that are plastic, but yet the strap that comes with it, these are metal. And there's this tiny little thing here. As I said in my unboxing, probably worth getting a Maxpedition strap or something if you want something more durable. But I've bought this with my own money, so GW haven't sent me this or anything, crikey. But if because I bought it with my own money, I can say what on earth I want about it, really, can't I? So anyway, so it comes in 2 parts. This is the base part of it. Now I will highlight, it's a review, so I'll highlight the good points and the bad points. So the good points is it's a lot of space, all right? It's smaller than I thought it would be, but you've got your foam, and the foam's an okay quality. Yeah, it's the same kind of flimsy kind of foam, but there we go. I've got a tank in there, that is a Rhino, and you have to leave that amount of gap. I would say that that's 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches. Around the outside of the frame, and they're both split up like that. It's very easy to take away the foam. You don't necessarily need a knife, but there was the block of foam. If you wanted to put that's a Rhino, obviously, supposed to be a Rhino. This is supposed to be a Predator. So there, I don't think that is going to fit, because again, you need to leave a space here, all right? And you probably want to leave a wall section there. But literally, you don't need a knife. You can just use your fingers and kind of pinch one out, all right? And you can put something in there. Probably put another Rhino in there. I'll just quickly grab one. There we go. Maybe will it fit? Nah. So it won't even fit it won't even fit 2 Rhinos face to face. So what I'm probably going to do is do it that way. Bit of a change on the fly. But I like the way that they've done this, that you can quite easily take it out, and your Rhino can sit in, your Predator, sorry, can sit in there. I don't know what you're going to do with your turret though. I wouldn't trust it on top of there. I might take another section out there and just put the turret in, if you've painted all your tanks to beautiful quality like I haven't. But there you go, that's that. You're probably thinking, oh right, yeah, they're not that big tanks. Well, I'll try a Land Raider. Okay, should we put the Land Raider there? It's going to be a bit iffy there, isn't it? Let's put it about. It's not very good use of space at all, is it? We're going to start a new one so that I don't mess up the space and things. Throw them out the blooming way. We're going to start one over here, okay? So I'd say that is a huge chunk of space taken out there. So this is probably going to fit. You'd be lucky if it fits 2 Land Raiders in one area. But this is just for you know, as an example of what you can do with it. Because, you know, I haven't seen any videos about this box in this edition. Anyway, so I might have made that up a bit wrong there. Okay, I might have just put a, you know, might have missed out a whole section. But the good thing about this is you can just peel it off like a little wall. And, oh, well, she didn't want to stay with the rest then, but anyway, you can just gently squish that in there. And that should be okay. Alright, should be okay. But anyway, that's that. What I'm going to do, yep. I don't know, I don't know. I'm a bit... I would be very, very careful with that anyway. But the other tanks definitely fit in very well. But that one I'd be a bit, you know, sketchy about. Anyway. Plonk that right on top of there. And so this is the top of it, and I will be putting a larger tank in here. Alright, take one of these. So you're thinking, oh, it's, you know, it's advertised you can fit, I don't know, 12 Leman Russes or something. Yeah, maybe you can, but what about a big tank like a Baneblade? So pleased I bought mine for £60 when they came out, and they're now charging them £85. Exactly the same, they've just got an extra sprue in. I think it's crazy, but anyway, that's my opinion. Just for convenience, we'll take them off. It might fit there, but you will be lucky if you can get 2 Baneblades in one side. You really will, I'll tell you that right now. You'll be lucky. But notice how quickly this works. And because they're in sections, very small square sections, you could easily just pop them back in if you make a mistake like I did. But there you go, that's one whole section, and that is a Baneblade put in. But again, I don't know what on earth you're going to do about this turret. Did I just break something? No, hopefully not. Anyway, that's that. And I was a bit sceptical because I thought, crikey, well, you know, I'm still going to need that space for it. So I reckon the most you can fit in one of these big apocalyptic cases or whatnot is 4 Baneblades. If you've got 4 Baneblades, you know, about £400, well, you're rich. But anyway, it can fit 4 Baneblades in if you really want to just take 4 Baneblades. I mean, there you go. And what you do is obviously you put that over there. And I was very sceptical about this netting business, I tell you. But anyway, that seems to go on okay. Yeah, and as you see, it's not really coming out of there, he says. But putting it on there, I think it is overlapping the Land Raider. So you might want to take that into account, guys. All right, that is. I can feel that is pushing onto that Land Raider slightly. So, anyway, we're going to try and close it. Okay, we're going to try and close it. There we go. Right, it's closed. It's in. Fine, absolutely fine. Okay, now, so that's good, but it's just the manoeuvrability of it, I would say, is a bit of an issue. Are you really going to be walking down the street with this? How far are you going to be walking holding this? Is going to be my question. With a big plastic case full of expensive miniatures, tanks, You know, some of them might be quite heavy, some of them might have metal parts. Think about the logistics. My primary use for this, because I don't do a lot of gaming with the models and things, is storage. Okay, so yeah, it's a lot of money for storage, but at least I know that everything is safe in here, and it's packed away very nicely. But mobility with it, it's questionable. Okay, if you're taking models from wherever in your other storage, cardboard boxes or whatnot, and you're putting them in here, and you're putting this in your car, and taking it from your car or car park to the shop, or your hobby centre, or your gaming club, then that's fine. It should last. However, it's just really heavy. And it's not because I'm weak, it's just heavy because of all these extra bits of plastic and things like that, all right? And when it's loaded with a load of tanks, as I probably will find out in the future, that's even more weight. And it's got exactly the same size handle as the other GW cases. And I'm bringing this to your attention because I'm not bigging this case up. I'm not saying, oh, you know, your life depends on it, you must buy it or anything like that. But when I pull that, I can hear the foam slightly, and that's because look at this gap, this huge gap, and this is just the weight of it with 3 tanks in. You can already see that that's bending. So if you're going to be taking your models, in this case, long periods of time and things, keep an eye on that. Okay, I really would, because it doesn't have a hinge system and all the rest of it. I would just keep an eye on this gap. It's just something to be wary of. Now, what GW did, or the people in China, because that's where this is made, and Games Workshop are producing a lot more in China these days. I'm not knocking them, but I do knife reviews, and, well, enough said. But yeah, if you look at this, look how thin. So what they did, sorry, to bring it back to the point, is they put these plugs. They don't actually suck anything or attach to anything. They just go into these large holes that are next to the handle. Don't know if you can see that there. These plugs, very thin plastic, thin there, and if you see that there's a gap all the way around, all right, it's very thin. It's just very thin plastic. All right, so bear that in mind if you're thinking about this. They have not, for whatever reason, chosen to put an extra piece of plastic on top of there, which would have been a much better design, to give it more strength, okay? Because then that would have connected the inside of the box with kind of the outside with this top layer. And I'll show you in practice what I'm talking about. But anyway, that's that. We're going to close this up, if I can again, if it'll let me. That didn't sound too healthy just then, but we'll keep going at it. Okay. But yeah, you've got all these extra bits, all these extra buckles and things, there's 6 of them. But then when you're carrying it, that's the weakest part, it seems. But they need to, I don't know what they need to do there, redesign it, put more plugs in, or just make the plastic thicker, because the plastic is quite thin. And I would question how much plastic they used in that. But anyway, I'm going to show you, I know I've got this the wrong way around, by the way, do know that, but it shouldn't really make much difference. Let me show you the difference in size between the large box and the smaller box. So this is your standard. I think they're like £40, maybe £50. These, I don't know. They're just a lot of money nowadays. But this one, that's how large it is next to it, and he's just my Red Death company there. He's just hanging, Anyway, how's it hanging? But yeah, so that's this one, and that's a smaller one. And as you can see, I'll just show you this gap. Put him back. This gap. Look, yes, it is hollow in there. It is hollow around the edge, but that is all plastic. All plastic attached to the actual. You know, it connects the inside to the outside. It's got this layer on top. All right. and that gives it a bit more strength and rigidity, and it just feels more solid when you click them in, and you don't get any movement along that lip. Alright, so another quick comparison with the large case. I actually don't think it's that much bigger. Well, apart from the the thickness of it, lengthwise it's difficult to judge, to be honest. It's probably a tiny little bit longer, just because of these extra bits and things. But I hope that gives you a good comparison there. I hope that's useful for you. But anyway, obviously, comparing it with the other case, you've got that much space. You've got the 3 trays. You've got a large area for your vehicles and whatnot, and your dreadnoughts and things. So in theory, you're getting 4 of those large vehicle foam trays in one of these Apocalypse Gamers Edition cases. But I just thought I'd show you, and one of these will set you back about £60. So this is an extra £45 for you sacrifice the troop trays, which I'm pretty sure you could probably fit in there anyway. On the bottom, if you didn't, I'm sure you could. I'm sure. I will try it out. Might do another video if you request me to. But anyway, I thought I'd show you those 2 things and just give you a review. So my overall feelings of this Gamers Edition. Well, I did like the look of the Collector's Edition, but I'm pleased I got this one, because that rulebook, the Apocalypse rulebook, is large. The pages have warped a little bit in here, and they were a little bit sticky. Don't know what Phil Kelly and Jez were doing, but anyway, there we go. It's probably because of the heat. But I'd much rather have a larger book than a piddly little smaller hardback with the Collector's Edition. I think they missed the trick there. But that being said, I am quite happy with it. Yeah, case is probably overpriced from what you could get. But then if you bought a more expensive case, you probably have to buy all the battle foam and things and extra foam. And we know that can't be, sometimes that isn't that cheap. But anyway, I'm pleased I got it, because for an extra £40 you get a couple more vehicle trays that you can, and for someone like me, basically if you don't want to be moving this around all the time to tournaments or wherever, this is probably a good thing to get for your vehicles. If you want to have it storaged and it's going to be safe and things, and you're only going to move it to your car and back, then it's a good buy. But if you are going to be using it all the time, on the train, on the bus, wherever, then you might want to get something else, okay? Because I do question that lip there, all right? Anyway, hope you found this review useful, not too negative, because I really like the book, and the case is going to be, it will suit my needs, which will be just another area to put my finished tanks and vehicles and things in. Anyway, if you have enjoyed this video, please do comment, rate and subscribe. What do you think about this edition? Do you prefer it over the Collector's Edition? Do you think it's worth the price? Put your comments down below. Start a debate about it. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Take care.